Welcome to your Briton and CIG Audience Profile Report. This video will give you a quick tour of the insights to expect from this report, along with some tips for interpreting the data types it contains. All levels of the audience report contain the first three modules here on the left side, and the landing page for each report is the demographic summary. This module gives a high-level summary of key demographic attributes of your audience across dimensions like regionality, family structure, age, and the presence of children, income, housing, employment and education, as well as ethnicity. Each one is benchmarked back to the general population. There's more detail on each dimension in other modules later in the report, but the summary page draws your attention to key attributes of interest. For instance, this audience, people who say they camp regularly, are much less likely to identify as visible minorities than the general population. They're also more likely to be made up of families with children and reside in Quebec. Before proceeding to the other modules, it's a good idea to digest the findings of the demographic summary. The next module in the report is the demographic profile. This module allows you to see not just summary insights, but the full distribution of your audience across the demographic attributes. The default view for most attributes is a chart, but you can toggle to a tabular view in the top right-hand corner. This includes a benchmark to the Canadian population and a calculated index. The attributes of the demographic profile are provincial breakdown, family structure, ethnic diversity, generational distribution, age of adults in the household, and the age of children. Further below, there are detailed breakdowns of housing, employment, and education completed. In profiling our sample audience of regular campers, when we look at employment, we see an over-indexing to jobs in the trades and contracting segment. This is corroborated in our education, where we also see that respondents who have completed apprenticeships or trades diplomas are similarly over-indexed. As with all demographic analysis, it's a good idea to consider both the absolute size and the index value of any demographic cohort when conducting your analysis. Next up, the Intelligent Segments module shows how your audience is distributed over the 94 proprietary lifestyle segments, which are the core of the Intelligent View system. As mentioned earlier, it's a good idea to focus on the overall size of each segment, as well as the index, and the table is fully sortable to enable this. For our audience of regular campers, the top-ranked segment is N2, Small Town Engine. For any of the segments, a description of the demographics is available by clicking on the drop-down arrow at the right. Here we can see that Small Town Engine segment are mostly blue-collar families and singles living in small towns and cities. Some descriptions of the behaviors in shopping and media are available as well. By sorting on the index, both high and low, you can understand in very clear terms which of the lifestyle segments are very likely to be a part of your audience, and which ones are not likely to be part of your audience at all. It's a great way to understand the components that make up your audience. With the purchase of an activation report, there are additional modules below, geared toward the understanding of consumer behaviors, as well as media and shopping preferences. A good place to start is the household spending module, which shows our audience's spend benchmarked to the Canadian population for groceries, broken down by category, as well as for restaurant spend. Further down in this module, we've broken out spend for healthcare, personal care by category, clothing, tobacco and alcohol. Complementing this is the shopping habits module, which links our audience to the banners in which they shop and provides an index of their involvement in those retailers. We can see the top choices here for grocery, department, and drug, as well as several channels outside of traditional CPG, including clothing, shoes, furniture, and more. When it comes to media preferences, a good place to start is our Digital Profiles module. This module segments the audience using their online interests and their demographics to give a digital profile. Here we can see that our group of regular campers index highly with businesswomen, explorers, house hunters, and mothers who have searched for baby products. These personas can help target our media buys and our paid search keywords. Complementing the digital personas module are the broadcast media and print media modules. These modules show the depth and breadth of your audience's participation in TV, radio, internet, magazine, and newspapers, along with insights into day of week and time of day habits, and channels and formats within each medium. Here we can see that for our audience of regular campers, they index highly to radio listenership at work in formats such as country and adult contemporary, but are lighter than average TV viewers on both weekends and weekdays. Through these media profiles, you can gain an understanding of the types of media consumed by your audience and great ways to reach them. If your brand would benefit from sampling or other in-person brand building, then check out the Recreation and Lifestyle module. Here you can explore the events, concerts, attractions, shows, and sports events where you're likeliest to find your audience, as well as hobbies they enjoy and events that they have likely to have recently experienced. We hope this video has provided an overview of the capabilities contained within the audience reports. If you still have questions or wish to discuss anything related to the reports, please reach out through this website or contact a member of your Briton Solutions team. We look forward to working with you to boost your brand.